same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown. Touchdown. 8th floor. Come down. Hotel. Lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Telephone, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Honey, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. A moment ago, here was the scene, the Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready, 60 yards. Go. 54, watch 54. It's just me.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Let's go.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Push him back. Check nine, check nine.
Now Gurley. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Watch QB drop.
Now Taylor, buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10.
Hey, 50's the mic, 50's the mic. I'm coming after you.
Here's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it appears they'll go for it here on fourth down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go. Let's go.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor.
Check.
And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Ready? Check right.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Double count right here, double count.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be second and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Keep playing hard, fellas. All day.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. 40. 49 the mic, 149. I got one. 14. Hustle. Hey, easy.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And that one results in 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the toss, it's Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Come on, set. 60 out long. It's hot. 64. Sweet. Try. 57.
Now Taylor to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Taylor. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Mike's 54.
They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
We better than that. 4 down. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. One clear. 3's the mic, boy. 43.
To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off around the 37. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Taylor. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now it's the backup Smith. And that one's complete to Gurley. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They go play action with Taylor. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really started to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well. Showed right there. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, check 27. Check Mike 27. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Here's Taylor. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
At the Seahawks 35-yard line.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
On 3rd down, Taylor. This complete to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Let's go. Let's do this.
1 Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy does.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We got three, fellas, we got 3. Hatchet. Let's go, 4 down. 45. I'll go special.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
On first and 10, it's Taylor. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Mike 27.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10.
Mike 27. Check tight.
To throw again. Taylor. He gets it to Gurley. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Now Taylor hit. He lost the football. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, Taylor's throw incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a fourth down now. Here's Taylor to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. First and 10 at the 45.
Let's see what you got.
Taylor. Jones has it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
In your face.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. That'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Escaping the pressure right. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. On first and goal, Gurley. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. They run. It's Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, first and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Alert.
Now it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Right there.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And an alley to run. Still going. Todd Gurley. Wave goodbye. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check, box set. Fair. They're going to 88. They're going to 88. Here we go. Mike's 43.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Philip Dorsett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Taylor will throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Hey, check Mogo. Check Mike 27.
On 2nd down, it's Smith, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is taken at his 4. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Rabbit. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 30.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Now Taylor down around his goal line. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Target. Hey, check.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Defensively, mission accomplished. And now, with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble. But theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
Now it's Lockett. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Carson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run the screen with Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets them 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run it with Carson. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They run again with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Yeah.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Braxton Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. A try here for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. Return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Check on that.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson to throw. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And the Seahawks first down.
Watch the out. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. 3 down. Slide back. Check right, 45. Oh, here we go. 45. Mike, 45. Here we go, D.
Throwing now is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Hey, let's go. Interception, let's safe, baby.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
Just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers.
A 32-yard attempt.
And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Seahawks, they close out this first half at a very solid 6. Atlanta, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's